He knew what it was. And at Clarence, everything was negotiable too. I mean, everything was negotiable. He was known for getting last-minute tickets to things, like the Cardinal games playoffs. He would just leave work on call, and he just go to scalpers and he did these tickets, and he just do that. He did with Steely Dan tickets, Chicory, and he did the Fox. Get to the last minute and you just get these great prices. But he was just telling me a story a few weeks or so ago about his negotiation, and he was talking about there's some kind of leak in the wall that was dripping down in the basement or something, and it was he had a piano. I guess he has a piano down there, and as he was telling me the story, I was worried about his piano was going to get all wet because the water was dripping down behind the wall. And so anyway, he had to call a plumber, and he wasn't just going to call a plumber. He had to start searching around for the best price on the plumber. And then the plumber was charging fees for just showing up. It's $50 to just show up and look around, and he wasn't going to pay that. No. He kept calling until he found somebody who would just come and load and not charge him. I think a part of being a negotiator, good negotiator, is being fearless too. And I think Clarence was fearless. I've never seen him with the ORB. He's afraid of anything. I've never seen him overwhelmed by any case or any circumstance. As Dr. Damiano could attest, he had no problem, telling the surgeon what he thought should be done. Or why should a heart transplant start at 4:30 in the morning? How come we can't wait till 7:30? That's still a good one. But anyway, I believe Clarence is with us right now. I really do. And I just want to tell him that we miss you, Clarence. We really do. No particular order. I don't know how you guys can do this. There's some people that I've spoke to that have agreed to speak. And I don't know where you guys do it. I put it in particular order, but I just say, well, I have to. Now, I guess I'll make a quick introduction for the Silver family that might not know who Ralph Damiano is. He's a surgery and somebody worked with Clarence a lot.
Thanks, Vic. I won't tell Dr. Everline who gave it. But Danu and the rest of Clarence's family are real condolences. I share, Vic's feelings of just how highly everyone here thought of Clarence, and I think here are testimony to the fact that he was not just a great work colleague, but a great friend to so many people here, and made a huge impact. And like Vic said, it's still hard to believe he's not with us. Vic made a reference to cardiac surgery, and people who don't work in cardiac surgery ORs, may not realize that they're a pretty high pressure, high tension environment, and some of us really love that. But to get really good results in that environment, and bad results in cardiac surgery are really horrible, because it's a very high reward, and the failures, part of that high reward is the failures are often very spectacular. But to get great outcomes, you really have to have great people, and we're blessed here. And I've worked in other places, and there's really been no place like Barnes Jewish in terms of being able to work with really a great team, because you can't do that by yourself. And every surgeon here would tell you that we can bring patients in and have a great plan, but without a great group of people to work with, things don't go well. And we're really blessed to have great anesthesiologists and nurses, and particularly a great group of perfusionists. And I would put Clarence, well, we have fantastic perfusionists, and all of you know, I mean, I think incredibly highly of all of you. But Clarence was really superb. I mean, he was an amazing perfusionist. And like Vic said, I mean, the one thing when you come in to do cardiac surgery, it can be really reassuring. Sometimes when you walk in, when you see everybody and you know everyone is there is great, and they're going to do a fantastic job. And there was never a day I walked in and saw Clarence at the pump and just didn't immediately. It was a bit of a calming influence, sort of security blanket. One, I knew I didn't really ever have to tell Clarence anything, and if I did, he usually wouldn't listen to me. So it took a big weight off my shoulders. I didn't really have to worry about telling people to, you know. And those who know Clarence, it was always funny when you would tell Clarence, okay, Clarence, let's come off bypass. And I go, what are you flowing at? He'd always say, well, I'm at 1 liter. I said, okay, I guess he's pretty. Just he would always he was excellent, and he was never wrong. And you know, Clarence disagreed with me. He was usually I would say he probably was right. And he was coming down before I told him. We never had any problems from that. But he was a fantastic perfusionist, and his family should know he saved a lot of people's lives. And I agree. With Vic, you know, he was a fearless guy. I mean, I never saw any time that he was, you know, overwhelmed or nothing flustered. I don't even think, I mean, no matter what was happening, Clarence was very cool. It's not to say he didn't have strong opinions, and I'll get to that in a minute. He had very strong opinions, and I love that part about Clarence, and he was incredibly passionate about things. But, you know, during a case, he was really the consummate professional, and there was never a time, I don't think I ever had a time where anything that Clarence did was, you know, I mean, he was fantastic, and he made a huge difference in, you know, thousands of people's lives by what he did, and similar to a lot of people in this room today. Clarence was amazing, but, you know, we're here to remember Clarence, and he was a heck of a lot more than just a great perfusionist, and, you know, the family, you know that, but, you know, I was fortunate because I worked with Clarence for 15 years, and, you know, I did have a chance to get to know him outside of the hospital, and those are going to be the real cherished memories I have of Clarence. You know, many might not know that he played accordion at my bachelor party. This is a picture from Clarence walking around the bar at the Four Seasons playing accordion. And the best thing about that picture is not, one, you can see how passionate Clarence is about music, which is one of the things when you knew Clarence, you loved about him. But also, that's funny, if you blew that picture up, you'd see a look of some of the people at the bar looking like, who is this guy? And I hope he doesn't come over and ask us for any money. You know, he was great, and you know, his love for music was amazing, and I think defined a lot of the Clarence outside the hospital. I had the pleasure of going to a Steely Dan concert with Clarence, which, you know, I probably will never hear Steely Dan without thinking of Clarence, because he used to play it. We basically listened to it in the OR. I could almost hum most of the albums because Clarence had them, and I listened to a lot of Clarence's own music in the OR. That was another thing. He was a great DJ in the OR. We used to always let Clarence pick the music. But, you know, we went to Steely Dan, and we went to see it at the Fox, and Vic is right. I don't know how Clarence would always get tickets to almost But I went to that concert. I got to sit next to him, and I mean, it was a great concert. But Clarence appreciated great music, and he had a real passion for that. You know, and he was really, you know, for those who had the chance of ever hearing him play, he was amazing. Probably one of my most cherished memories of Clarence was, you know, not long before he passed, we went and saw him playing and his band at Il Balago, and Maria came, and it was a magical evening. It was beautiful. We were outside, and you know, I'll never just forget how happy and how at peace Clarence looked playing music. He loved it, and he made I think, we can all take it. He not only made a lot of people, difference in people's lives here at the hospital, but made a huge impact on a lot of people through his music. He made a lot of people happy. I mean, he was an extraordinary individual. So, I think that when I think of Clarence, I won't just think of what a great perfusionist and how much, well, I'll miss him that way, but what a great human being he was. What his love of music, his passion for life was amazing. And he was so passionate about his retirement and having time. And Clarence was one of those guys I knew he would have had a great retirement. And he had a million things, and he had just interests. He would have, I think everyone will really miss him. He was an amazing person. And finally, I'll never hear the Godfather theme song without thinking of Clarence. And everyone knows that was the ring on his phone. It was funny because he used to play these jazz songs, and I kept on hearing all during the case the Godfather theme song. I thought he had made some type of mashup of a jazz song with the Godfather. I go, Clarence, I said, how do you do that? You kept on cutting the Godfather theme song into this jazz. He goes, no, that's my phone keep ringing. I said, but he was an amazing person, and I think we'll all hold with us, really, and he'll be with us. I feel like he is still with us, and the things I think that I always remember is his professionalism, his strong opinions about everything, which Vic voted on. And I think that I just admire that. He felt passionately, and his love of life. It was really an absolute honor to work with Clarence.